What's up, what's up? I'm Chanda and Mbao and you're watching SLTV.
Chanda and Mbao. From Moni on the beat, baby. Ocean Drive, in a silver beamer, windows down, and you know they see us, and it's her car, better believe it, it's like her, European, sunlight, ocean spray, Terry Lazarus on her face.
So what inspired this song or this transition was basically a really organic studio session. The producer, Shamsi, had introduced me to a singer, a young guy called Scott, the young gentleman who won the first Zambian Airtel Trace Music Stars. So we're in the studio, we're working on a completely different song, and Scott's like, you know what, I don't know if I can make this song work. And I'm like, you know what, scratch it, let's start from scratch, let's make something new. And I tell Sham, put on a beat. He puts on the beat for Selfish. And the next thing you know, we're just like, whoa, we know where this is going. I'm like, Scott, tell me something that you argue with your girlfriend about. And he's like, yo, you know, she says I'm selfish because I be spending all this time on music and stuff. I'm like, man, I completely relate. And we just get into it. And the first time we met, through this introduction, in 30 minutes, we've written this song called Selfish. And we're like, wow, this is pretty cool. So it's almost like an out-of-body experience where it wrote itself. I wasn't planning it. I wasn't like sitting strategizing, being like, yo, I know I used to be like on this like lyrical stuff, but now I gotta do it. It wasn't even like that. It was just like the beat played, I was in the moment, we were all like vibing in the studio and we just wrote it. So, you know, sometimes things do themselves. So yeah, so I mean, the proposal, I get a lot of questions about it. Unfortunately, it's not a real proposal, or fortunately, depending on who's asking. But yeah, no, it was a good video. I think there was like good chemistry on camera and stuff like that. In terms of what I look for in a woman, the number one thing or the most important thing in a woman or in a partner is her values, you know, her principles. Specifically, I really appreciate a woman who's honest, hardworking, and generous. Those are like three qualities in a woman that are really important. Obviously beauty, and beauty's in the eye of the beholder, so beauty's a beautiful one to have. And yeah, and one thing I guess about this women thing, they're always like, I get a lot of questions because I'm a rapper, like, yo, like, don't get involved with all these girls. I have people commenting on my Facebook talking about, no, like, don't be into all these chicks and stuff. I'm a one woman kind of guy. So just so everybody knows, clear up any misconceptions. You know, not all rappers are out here trying to like be with all the girls. So just so everybody knows, just want a good woman, one good woman. So man, the response to Selfish has been incredible, overwhelming. You know, we worked really hard on the video. We worked really hard like on everything pre-production and the script, obviously. Like I actually wrote the script and spent significant time trying to put everything together on you know, trying to get Maria here because she's obviously not from here, and logistics. So it was a lot of work. So to know that people appreciate it is something incredible. We never thought it would reach this level of support, so it's super awesome. And you know, I gotta say thank you because a lot of people in the beginning, actually, most of the views were coming from abroad. Initially, Namibia, Maria's from Namibia, then my like international fan base started to really share it. The US, the UK, Spain as well. And then now in Zambia is now picking up a lot, and Zambia is now dominating the views. So it's good to know that international support can parlay into local support as well, you know, because sometimes there's a dichotomy between the two. I'm glad to know that there isn't in this case, and you know, we're trying to push it to the next level. We think that there's a lot more, you know, that we can do, and we're really working hard to do that. So we're happy but working. You know, that's a question that I get a lot. Even when I was living abroad, people used to ask me, why are you going back? And it was always a strange thing for me because there's no like exact answer, but ever since I was young, I always knew that I was gonna come back to Zambia. Living abroad was just a matter of like, you know, getting an international education, getting some exposure and some work experience, but I've always known, you know, it's a decision I made when I was young, and that's kind of the way I am. Once I decide something, you know, it is what it is. So it's just a commitment. You know, the beautiful thing about life is, you know, no one says that you have to choose like one specific path. So, you know, I pursue obviously multiple passions, and one of my passions is finance. Another one of my passions is music, and thankfully I can center most of my music activities around the weekend. So I have really busy weekends. But, you know, besides that, during the, you know, the 9-to-5 cycle, I'm pushing hard in the finance thing. So it's just a question of really budgeting time. And then, you know, the good thing, I always find it as a compliment when people ask me, oh, like, oh, so you're full-time in music? I'm like, actually, not at all. I'm full-time in something completely different. And I'm lucky that both things are going well, you know. I could definitely say that I'm happy in both aspects of my life. You know, I'm seeing real progress, and I'm thankful for that. Man, Sham is one of those individuals where I have this like thing about people, and like I have this theory that like certain types of people are of the cut of the same cloth, and in one meeting they know whether they are of that same cloth. And I kind of had that experience when I met Sham. I met him through an artist called Calidocious. Calidocious had met me, and he kind of like, I guess, got a sense for what I was trying to achieve, what my sound was, who I was. And he's like, you know what, I think you'd vibe well with Sham. And he took me to Sham's studio. And it was just like an instant like, yo, this guy thinks like me. So it was a very personal connection even before it was a musical one. And then from the music perspective, I mean, my favorite thing, or like what I really commend about his style, is what I would call like an elegant simplicity. He's a person who understands how to have everything a beat needs, and across so many genres, to make it full and to make it rich, but not to overcomplicate it or to have anything that's cacophonous or odd sounding. So for me, that's like a, you know, special talent he has. But definitely we'll be working with a lot of other talented producers. Sham did the first 2 singles. I have one on the way featuring Calidocious, which is actually produced by a UK-based Zambian producer called Greasy. Then I have another single coming out produced by Shinko. I have quite a few tracks produced by Shinko, actually. We're working quite hard together, and Shinko and Sham obviously have a long history working together. So, you know, again, that cut of a same cloth kind of vibe, I think those individuals are individuals I work well with. Also, you know, a producer called PSY. He's incredible dude who is actually based out in LA, that's now here in Zambia. So those are some of the guys we're working with on the production side. But next single, produced by Greasy Beats featuring Calidocious, called My Town, coming next month. So where do I see myself in 5 years? I always love this question. Definitely for me, a priority is being a business owner. So in everything I undertake, whether it be music, whether it be, you know, finance related, I want to own, you know, what I'm doing, or at least own a piece of it. And so one of the ventures, you know, that I'm involved in right now, which is a local kind of startup, is called Zed Polo Polo. And that's our first product, which is essentially, you know, a patriotic product, a polo t-shirt repping Zambia. The next product that we have coming as a company are these bracelets. It's, you know, many tribes, one Zambia. So the whole idea is just to be patriotic, to embrace unity, to embrace ourselves as people, and just, you know, be comfortable representing who we are. So that's one of the ventures. Hopefully we can build it in the next 5 years to where, you know, where it has prominent brand visibility. So that's one of the goals. Music-wise, I definitely want to achieve some things on a Pan-African scale. In terms of touring, in terms of collaborations, I'd like to have a good CV as far as, you know, some performances that I can secure abroad, some, you know, some shows, some collaborations. So that's the goal there. Finance-wise, I'd like to say that in 5 years I should be getting to director type material. That's the goal. So you know how it is. This is Zambian life. We're hustling on multiple levels, you know what I mean? So let's make it happen. Thanks so much for watching my interview. I'm Chanda and Mbao. This is SLTV. Make sure that you follow both of us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can find us, so definitely follow us. And if you haven't seen Selfish yet, check it out. It's a dope video, dope single featuring Scott. And then look out for My Town featuring Calidocious coming to you soon.
Then the youth had a vision on the proof. We've since lost something and we have to tell the truth. Can we get it back? It's swam in the booth. Cause if not, we tie our own noose. Bring it back home, bring it back home. No more brain drain, gotta bring it back strong. No more complex inferiority is wrong. We have to stop treating them better than our own.
If you're a cumbia.